Spartans, today's the day, the first of our Your Way faculty collaboration meetings. Remember, we said that next school year our theme will be to be brave enough to be bad at something new. And so we're going to embrace that and we're going to try something new. At the end of this video, you will have an opportunity to let the administrative team know if you enjoyed it or if you didn't, or perhaps you did, but you have a few suggestions for us. At any rate, we're ready to go, and we'll get started. So as we begin, like with most faculty collaborations, I like to start with a quote or some words of wisdom that I have found to be valuable to me. And so last week, I was irritated because I had 2 or 3 calls from family members, and I often felt at that time that I was being taken advantage of. But what I had to do was remind myself that that's not at all the case. So the quote says, "Don't feel bad if people remember you only when they need you. Feel privileged that you are like a candle that comes to their mind when there is darkness." And so it's just a reminder that we're often asked and we're often contacted when people are frustrated, scared, concerned, because they know we'll listen, that we're kind, we're caring, and we're compassionate. And we're going to work with people to find a resolution to whatever current situation they're in. So thank you guys for being who you are. And thank you so much for all you do. While I know it is Teacher Appreciation Week, you guys are the candle that comes to the minds of others all the time. Not just one week, but always. So thank you for who you are and what you do.
A special shout out to all of you all for this week and all the hard work that you all have been doing. And I want to just say happy Teacher Appreciation Day to you all. You all are phenomenal and we appreciate everything that you do. We do have some special teacher shout outs. So first I'd like to go over is Miss Jolie Bevel. And her team said that she's just always available to help the students and answer questions for them. She's been an expert at reaching out to students using Google Voice or video and Teams, as well as the Zoom apps. And she's also taking care of her home life on top of juggling the schoolwork. So thank you, Miss Bevel. Next, we have Miss Thea Smith. And her team just wanted to make sure that she's always available to help the students as well. And she's doing a great job at reaching out to students, as well as making sure the students are loved and cared for outside of the school building by using home video calling, writing letters, drawing pictures, and mailing to family and friends. Truly inspirational. So thank you, Miss Smith. Next, we have Miss Mary Emma Darst. You can just tell she loves her students, and even when we were working here with her, you could just tell by the smile on her face. She's just truly caring, and she's happy to see those babies. She comes up with some fun activities, and she's just really good at making sure that her kids are having fun, paying attention, and yet still learning. So thank you, Miss Darst. Next, we have Miss Holly Hamilton, and she got a special shout out. And it says that she's just been a joy to work with. It's been exciting to watch her build those strong connections with students, and as well as make a positive impact on students and families. It's been great to see that warm smile and just know that she genuinely cares for her students. So thank you, Miss Hamilton, for all your hard work.
Ginger Reed, middle school ECE teacher. This is what one of her coworkers had to say about her. Ginger has gone above and beyond in helping me get in touch with the student that we share. She has been able to connect with him to make plans for the rest of the week. Although I've tried different methods of contact, she made sure that I was able to talk with him. For that, I am so grateful. Shout out to Miss Reed for making sure that we are reaching students every day. Next stop is Rachel Kinsey, social studies teacher. Rachel continuously brings innovative and creative ideas to the table and tries to find ways to give students multiple options for their work. As any great teacher would, she loves students and sees them for their potential. Shout out to Miss Kinsey for making sure that she reaches all students. Samantha Hagerman, 7th grade science. Ms. Hagerman works hard to make sure every student understands what the expectations are during this NTI time. She also makes small talk with students on GoGuardian Chat to make the students feel like someone is interested in what they are learning and what is going on in their lives. Shout out to Ms. Hagerman for being a runner and making sure that our students are cared for and loved. Last but definitely not least is Catherine Hughes. This is what her coworker had to say about her. She is a team leader and a team player. She jumps on opportunities to collaborate with fellow teachers. Shout out to Ms. Hughes for making sure that she is part of a team and putting the we instead of I.
For this week's updates, I want to thank Ms. Tickle, Ms. Kinsey, Mr. Wampler, Mr. Pardee, and Ms. Kidwell for coming out and helping with the 8th grade sign distribution. I know the kids enjoyed seeing you guys, and I think the teachers enjoyed seeing the kids as well. Please note that we will have another sign distribution on Thursday, May 7th from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. as we had about 55 students not be able to pick up their yard sign. If you are interested in helping with this distribution, please let me know by Wednesday, as I think we would need 1 to 2 teachers. I will be happy to provide you with any PPE that you need so that you can do so safely. Our next faculty collaboration will be Tuesday, May 12th at 3 p.m. This will be a full faculty meeting with all of our team. We will be using Google Teams instead of Zoom, and I will send that information out to you and a reminder next week and also in our s'more. I want to once again thank you for meeting with me. That time spent was so valuable, and while I still have a few meetings to go, I can't thank you enough for allowing me to get to know you better as a person and as a professional. And please know that you guys never cease to amaze me. But in those meetings, we also discussed some proposed changes to our building for the upcoming school year. So I've asked Assistant Principal Moore to go over the floor plan so that you have time to process those changes, and we're going to reach out to you guys for some feedback later as well.
Hi Spartans, so happy Teacher Appreciation Week, first off. So thankful for each and every one of you. I want to give you a little explanation about slides 10, 11, and 12. So on slide 10, you see 2 different options. You see the grade levels in red as one option of what the K-5 neighborhood, the Littles neighborhood could look like. Or you see the option in black that could be another option. What I want you to look at and digest and think about is the differences of where there is the movable wall, and how with that movable wall we would want to see that co-teaching and working with that wall being down and working together, and also being able to pull in the co-teaching of our instructional assistants, the co-teaching of our speech, the co-teaching of reading specialists, just all the working together that we want to see happening. And then, of course, you see where the elementary science, we would do a sign up so that anyone in the Littles neighborhood would be able to use that. Teacher's workroom is not affected, as you'll notice. And other than that, I do think some of the smaller rooms we definitely would be talking about for speech, and how those could be some breakout rooms for speech or ECE. When you look at the bigs, the next slide, slide 11, 7th and 8th neighborhood. So that is right now currently 4th, 5th, and 6th. So next year looking at that being down by the wet dry area, 8th grade neighborhood area. And then the 7th grade, which was our bigger group this year. So it's currently where all the 6th grade. 7th grade will stay in that area. And then of course our ECE, pass, and collab space. Teacher's workroom stays the same. Some small breakout rooms for that area as well that could be used for a variety of, just small resource as needed. CTE, of course, still down the middle, excited for that area. And then on slide 12, you go across and you'll see the 2 art rooms, the middle school science that again would be on a sign-up basis. And then you see that right as you enter off the middle school science, you would have your 6th grade, and the 6th grade neighborhood being called the Middles. And down at the far end of it, what's currently 8th grade, we have some PLC area, media arts, and then an ECE collab space as well. So we are aware that these are, changes for us and some things to look forward to as we move into a K-5 neighborhood, and then the bigs, and then the middles area. All this being important as well with thinking about how we have staggered start times and knowing that sometimes that affected us this past year, and so we want to do a better job of making sure that our students' needs are met and that there's not, a multitude of interruptions. So we hope this excites you. We hope that it's making you think and digest the different slides of 10, 11, and 12. At the end of your viewing of the faculty meeting, you'll see some places for some notes and things, and we'll be able to talk further about this, and looking forward to hearing everyone's insights and ideas and just kind of digesting it all together. So please take time to look through it, think about it, give me different scenario ideas, give me different thoughts of what it's, making you think about, and I look forward to hearing from you about it. Again, I hope you guys have a wonderful Teacher Appreciation Week. You deserve the little surprise we were able to give you and so much more. We love you and we appreciate you.
Some important save the dates. May 8th will be the MCMS virtual field day, and we're going to encourage big Spartans and little Spartans to participate in that. May 8th is also the due date for 8th grade virtual defenses. On the 14th and the 15th, which are Thursday and Friday, we're asking that you have all of your class awards completed by that date. That will also be the date that we will submit and post 8th grade virtual award ceremony. As we know, they are our first promoted class in MCMS history. So we're working hard to make sure that that video is something special for our 8th grade. It is also the last day for our students. The 18th, we are anticipating fundraiser drop-off and delivery. That is through our music and choral department. Tuesday the 19th will be faculty staff pack up. We will have student belongings and cubbies cleaned out and those things in the classroom that they left. We will provide you with materials such as bags and tags and tape to be able to do that. The 20th, which is that Wednesday, will be K through 5 materials roll-in date. That will happen from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. I will share the logistics on that. We will also have on that Thursday the 6th through 8th grade materials and roll-in dates. That would also occur between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. There again, guys, logistics for all of these days will be shared in our next joint faculty collaboration, which will be May 12th. May 22nd will be school-based PD. We are calling that our draft day. That's when we will have vertical meetings and we'll discuss kids and placement and look forward to our 2020-2021 school year. May 25th is a holiday. That is Memorial Day and non-work day. And May 26th will be teacher closeout day. This will happen in shifts between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. At that time, all of your grades will be due in Empower, and we are requiring that you have 2 copies of your grade sheet. One will be submitted to Ms. Moore, and you will sign out your clearance sheet, and the other will be placed in your students' permanent records. For middle school, you're required to also put grades in IC in addition to Empower, and we've discussed that prior to today's meeting. May 27th and May 28th will be PD day for our schools, and we will talk about our reentry planning that needs to take place as we prepare to meet kids where they are at the beginning of next school year.
Hey everyone, it's Jennifer. I'm going to talk to you about the last 4 days of our school year, our curriculum days. So June 29th, June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd are going to be dedicated curriculum work days. And it's going to be done a little bit different because we're going to be doing it virtually, so it's going to be a little more flexible. So teachers who have signed up to help with curriculum work, thank you. You're still going to be asked and contacted for some work over the summer and get paid for your work through a stipend, but those dates are going to be shifted a little bit due to the Blended Learning Conference and because our end of the school year kind of changed a little bit. So now on the 29th through the 3rd, all teachers will work on curriculum revisions in grade level teams or in content areas. There's not specific schedules as to which grade levels and which content areas are going to be working, what times during those days, but it is going to be very flexible, and it's not going to be work that we're asking you to sit at a computer for hours at a time. We're going to do some basic revision work before the group that volunteered to do the curriculum work does kind of the heavy lifting in the summer. So some of the basic work that we're going to be looking at for those 4 days is the scope and sequence and the units and how they align. We're going to be looking at some mastery scales and whether we need to do any shifts in the mastery scales and the priority standards for next school year and for the school years to come. So as always, if you have any questions about those days, reach out to me. I'm sorry that I don't have more information with dates and schedules, but that is what we are working on currently. And as soon as I know more, I will share those with you. Thanks.
So, Spartans, it's very important that we are doing all that we can to maintain our own health and wellness. So, the district is really doing a great job of keeping us very informed on ways that we can protect ourselves and our staff and making sure that we are following safety regulations when we are entering our buildings. So, with that in mind, I do want to quickly go over some things that you need to be mindful of as you come into the building in the next little bit. Before reporting into the building, please ask my permission. There will be times when I will say no if it's in your best interest. But if there is permission given, please make sure that you ask yourself these questions before reporting to school. If you find yourself answering yes to any of those questions on the prior screen, do not report to school. Contact me and let me know. Don't worry, we'll make other arrangements. If you find yourself saying no and you do report to school, please know that you will be screened and your temperature will be taken upon your arrival. We will be utilizing telehealth information or connecting with our nurses, in some cases virtually. But we will take the proper precautions and we will provide you with gloves, sanitizer, bags, whatever it is that you need. Please make sure that you adhere to all the directions in terms of when to report and when to leave, as we are trying to limit the amount of people that are inside of the building at one time. If you do come into the building, you must wear a mask. The mask must cover your mouth and your nose. You can use any cloth material, so you can use a bandana or a homemade mask. That is fine. If you do not have one, please let us know 1 to 2 days prior to you entering the building. And you can also contact Tracy Early, whose number is listed here and whose email address is also listed as well. So it's also important that you wear gloves. We will provide those, and you wash your hands often. There are soap dispensers, and we also have sanitizing dispensers available for you throughout the building. If you find that any of them are empty or need to be refilled, just let us know. Miss Loving takes great care of us, and she'll make sure that you have access to all those things that you need. While inside the building, it is very important that you observe social distancing and that you refrain from gathering in any areas of the building. So we ask that you stay within your classrooms and work. While within your classrooms, you do not have to wear your mask. But anytime you leave your classroom where you can interact with someone else, the expectation is that you have that on. Please, please, please do not gather in the workrooms or some of the common areas in the building. Please be assured that all areas in the building will be sanitized before you arrive and after you leave. If you find that you are in need of anything while in the building, let us know, and we will utilize our wonderful custodial staff to help us and support us. So I've also included in your slide deck the roll-in logistical information for the 20th and the 21st. I want you to review that. We will be going over that again as a staff on the 12th. And at that time, please ask any questions that you may have. So staff, that concludes our meeting together today. There are some additional slides at the end of the slide deck, but most of those are reminders about putting your NTI information in, and also links to the grading and reporting. Also things that we're going to speak about and talk about on the 12th. So thank you so much. As I mentioned prior to, you're going to be asked some questions at the end of this form, and hopefully you can give us an idea if you like this format or not. We so appreciate you here at Spartan Nation. You're the best teachers on the planet. I'd put you up against anybody, and I am so proud to be your principal. Have a great day.